I read something this week in the Netivot Shalom by the Slonim Rebbe, and it's something that made me a bit nervous about Shavuot, about the upcoming holiday. So the Netivot Shalom says that he says basically that what you put into Shavuot is what you're going to get out of Shavuot. Basically, like if you want to sort of access the holiness and spiritual lights of Shavuot and of the giving of the Torah, then you're going to have to put in a certain amount of spiritual work, spiritual preparation. Okay, so this made me a bit nervous because probably as most of you as well, I have a lot of things to get ready for the holiday. I have a lot of things to cook and a lot of things to, the house to get ready, and like my kids are going to be out of school from Monday, believe it or not. So I have a lot going on. I really don't have so much time to spiritually prepare. But I just want to tell you, so over the past few days, I've been coming up with a few ideas of ways that we busy moms can get ready can spiritually prepare for Shavuot, even though we have like zero time. Okay, so the first thing I learned, the first idea is one that I learned from my teacher, Rabbi Ari Niven, of the personal development chaboras. And so Rabbi Niven suggests the following. He says, like, if you're really, really busy and you've got so much going on, he says you should just at least spend 5 minutes a day spiritually preparing for Shavuot. Okay, so this can mean different things for different people. For one person, it could be like for 5 minutes a day, learning something, like learning like a book and learning a sefer about something inspirational about Shavuot. For another woman, it could be Rabbi Niven talks about something called I've talked about before, the Mount Sinai vision. So the Mount Sinai vision is like your ultimate goal of who you want to become as a person, like your vision of who you want to be. Okay, so he says maybe you can spend 5 minutes a day in these days leading up to Shavuot, contemplating your Mount Sinai vision of who you want to most become and your goals and how you're going to reach your Mount Sinai vision of who you really want to be. I had sort of an interesting idea. What I've been doing for my 5 minutes spiritual preparation a day is I've been imagining that I am living at the time of the giving of the Torah, and I imagine that I was a slave in Egypt, and that my parents were slaves in Egypt, and my grandparents and my great-grandparents were slaves in Egypt, and like as far back as anyone can remember, we were slaves in Egypt. And now I am standing. I'm one of the chosen people, and I know that God loves me so much, and I'm just waiting for the giving of the Torah. It's like a been quite a powerful experience to be envisioning that every day for 5 minutes a day. So I recommend you just set aside. Rabbi Niven, you have an option. If you have more time, you can spend let's say half an hour a day doing this kind of preparation. But if you really have no time, then 5 minutes a day is great. Okay, it can be very powerful. Another idea is one that I got from my teacher, Dina Friedman, of the Chanuch L'Nara parenting series. She, by the way, is amazing. So Dina Friedman, she suggested something in her class before Pesach and Purim. She suggested that you're a busy mom and like you're cooking and you're cleaning, and she said whatever you're doing, she said you don't even have to stop what you're doing. She said, but while you're doing what you're doing, while you're mixing your cheesecake, you say, Hashem, please bless me, that I should receive the gift of this holiday, which is true for me. So just to give you an example of what this actually means. So Dina, she talks about how everyone's going to receive a certain gift from every holiday, a certain spiritual insight. So this past Purim, I had been praying, during all my different preparations for Purim, I was saying this very short prayer that God should bless me, that I should receive the gift of the holiday, and I just remember, so I was at the Megillah reading on Purim, and I was looking around at everyone wearing their masks, and I was wearing a mask too, and it was a very powerful experience. I had this insight, just thinking about the masks that I wear in my life on a regular basis, and everyone around me, and all the masks that we wear even when it's not Purim. So I recommend we do this for a Shavuot, and then we'll see. God willing, you'll be blessed with some sort of spiritual insight, some sort of gift from God, spiritual gift from God on this holiday as well. The next thing I'd like to recommend is something that I really love, that I've told you about in the past. It's something called the Chazak hotline. The Chazak hotline is a free phone line that you can call, and they have all sorts of different inspirational classes there. And right now they have a Shavuot series with all sorts of classes about Shavuot. And throughout the year, they have, for any upcoming holiday, they always have classes, or they have things about, like an inspirational story, or just a dose of inspiration, like different inspirational things. They have things about Shalom Bayit, things about, educating children. And I really, really love it. And I find that, in fact, like when I listen to it, that actually I'm able to, that I spend actually more time, I'm willing to invest more time in cooking and cleaning because I'm really enjoying my classes that I'm listening to. So it means that my house gets cleaner, and actually like I'm cooking, I put more energy into my cooking. So it ends up being like a good deal, like a sort of win-win situation for everybody. I also want to tell you about something else I just heard about that I'm really excited about. I read about it in Bina magazine. It's called the Akeres Habayis hotline, called A Right Hand for the Jewish Woman, with all sorts of, I just called it, it sounds very, very cute, it's all sorts of inspirational classes, chizuk and inspiration, interviews with inspirational women, parenting, homemaking tips, personal stories, things on Shalom Bayit, on like marriage advice, stress management, daily dinner recipes, health and nutrition, fitness, all sorts of great things. And I just called it sounds sweet. And the numbers are, it's an American number, 718-506-9057. 718-506-9057. So it's not specifically, it doesn't specifically have to do with Shavuot, but I just wanted to, I think it's a nice resource for all you guys who are going to be getting ready for Shavuot, and it's like a nice thing to like listen to inspire yourselves. Okay, so on to Shavuot night, on to Shavuot, the holiday itself. So I used to, like when I was young, quite a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, I used to be really into like learning, like studying Torah on Shavuot night. And I used to stay up really, really late. I used to stay up until like 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning. But it was a problem because then my kids would come like at 6 in the morning and they expected me to be their imam. But I had been, staying up so late and like learning that I was just a wreck the whole day. I was really, really a monster the whole day. So what my teacher, Rabbi Yemima Mizrahi, she like says, in general, mothers with young children should not stay up late learning Torah, okay? And so for the past maybe past 8 or 9 years, since I've been really, really into Rabbi Yemima, I've been doing that. I think it's really much better for me, much better for my kids. It means I wake up in the morning, and I'm a human being and not a monster. Following this approach, how do you access the spiritual lights of Shavuot? So Rabbi Niven again, he suggests that let's say you finish up your meal on Shavuot night, you get everyone to bed, and you have like a few minutes to yourself. So what he recommends 2 things. He recommends setting aside a few minutes to learn like a part of the Torah which you love, like your favorite part of Torah learning. So you're going to set that aside and you're going to learn it for a few minutes, okay? So I know, for example, so you can learn something in Chassidus, you could learn something like the Parsha, you could learn like a certain like Musar book that you love. I'm going to set aside like my Rabbinit Yemima Mizrahi Parsha sheets, my favorite Torah learning in the world, and I'm going to set that aside, like her what she says about Shavuot, and I'm going to be reading that for a few minutes. In addition, he says for another few minutes, to again spend a few minutes contemplating your Mount Sinai vision, your vision of your goals and where you want to be going in life, and your ultimate vision for yourself, and what's going right in your life, what's going wrong in your life, as how you're going to accomplish your ultimate goals in life. Okay, so do that for a few minutes, and then get to bed so you can be a functioning, happy, smiling mother the next day. Okay, so. I want to just suggest another idea, something that it's like a new idea that a woman, a Rebbitzin in our neighborhood, a Rebbitzin Miriam Leibowitz, I don't know if it's her idea, but she had this great idea this year that a bunch of moms that we're going to get together on Shavuot morning and we're going to learn Torah together. Like our kids are going to play in the playground, and we're going to sit on the benches and learn Torah together. So I thought that was a great idea, maybe you in your communities, maybe you want to try it as well. So I want to bless all of us that through our little, through our like small, microscopic spiritual preparation for Shavuot, that small and microscopic but very, very heartfelt, that God should please bless all of us, that we should access the Shavuot, that we should access the lights and the holiness of the giving of the Torah, of the holy, holy holiday of Shavuot. I want to bless all of you with an amazing week and a Chag Sameach.